Hello, this is Isaiah Smith, and I'm doing my presentation on From Ordinary People to Book, and I'm interviewing my cousin Jason, who to me seems like an ordinary person. So, Jason, what would you consider to be an ordinary person?
An ordinary person is someone who usually sticks to the regimen of what they usually do. They really don't they really don't jump outside the box more than anything. They're just particular. They're one certain way. They don't really take too many risks. That's an ordinary person to me.
What would make a person or their actions extraordinary?
Well, what would make a person's actions extraordinary is when they do jump out the box. They do something that they never done before. Something like that. Of any, whatever it is. If it's something they're not used to doing, or, just changing up their habits, or just not, like I said, just not doing the same thing. That's what makes them extraordinary, because that takes a lot of confidence to do that.
Would you consider yourself ordinary or extraordinary, and why?
I mean, at times I could be ordinary, but I mean, I really strive to be extraordinary more than anything, because I don't consider myself a habitual creature all the time. Like, I could be doing one thing and then I can jump to another, because I can adapt so easily to certain situations, and I'm constantly trying to figure things out to think outside the box. So sometimes I'm extraordinary, and sometimes I'm ordinary. But I try to stay away from ordinary, because to me, ordinary is more so a settling.
So, in 100 words or less, describe the most extraordinary person in your life at the moment or that you've ever met.
The most extraordinary person that I've ever met, I have to say, was my ex-girlfriend. She was very extraordinary. I could say she would jump from one thing to the next and just keep going and going and going and going, and she was never satisfied. I've never seen anyone like that. And she would go gun-ho for what she believed in. That's extraordinary to me. I've never seen that.
So describe an ordinary person that you know.
Well, one of the most ordinary people that I know is my father. My dad is someone who goes to work every day, comes home. He doesn't have anything extra that he does. He just sticks to his life, and that's it. That's somebody that's ordinary. He doesn't really jump outside the box too much.
Do you think people should strive to be extraordinary? Why or why not?
Yes, I do. I believe everyone should strive to be extraordinary, because why would you want to be ordinary and considered among the rest? Everyone should want to be better than the next person.
One more question. Do you strive specifically to be extraordinary or ordinary?
I strive to be extraordinary myself. Because like I said, ordinary is just typical, and that's just you settling. And I don't want to be that way.
Why not?
I feel like because your life is what you make it. I mean, you strive to do something that you want to do, you put your best foot forward, and you really try and continue to try, and you just keep doing what you need to do, you may be able to be who you want to be, or whatever the case is, and you will become extraordinary, because like I said, you're jumping out the box, you're doing something that's out of the norm, you're trying to strive for what you believe in. Most people don't do that, so that's what, to me, honestly, what makes them ordinary.
So, well, in conclusion, I asked a couple questions, got a few answers. I actually have my own opinions on these questions. An ordinary person to me is someone who is an average Joe, someone who you can see on the street and never ask their name, never want to know who is this person walking by me, this person in class, someone that never steps out of their comfort zone. Someone extraordinary is someone who you meet and they glow. They draw you in and bring attention to themselves, and not in a negative way. Someone extraordinary is someone who can walk into a room and command everyone's attention without speaking a word. I consider myself extraordinary. I consider myself extraordinary because I carry myself in a way that presents to everyone else confidence. Everything I say, I will back up until the day ends. I will argue with you until the day ends. I consider myself extraordinary also because I treat everyone as I would want to be treated. Sometimes that's a given. Sometimes some people don't do that. I try try to do it as much as I can. The most extraordinary person I've ever met in my life was my grandmother, who passed a few years ago. She was maybe one of the meanest people you'll ever meet, but it was always in love. She could say anything to bring you out of a funk, but you do something wrong and it was a wrap. I actually called her mama for a while because she babysit me when my mother couldn't. She was just extraordinary because everyone that met her could not be attracted to her. It was just, she was magnetic. An ordinary person in my life is someone like my father. He goes to work, comes home, eats, goes to sleep. Goes to work, comes home, eats, goes to the gym, goes to sleep. I strive to be extraordinary. I wanna jump out the box. I wanna be somebody on, not just on paper, Isaiah, oh, he has these credentials, but I wanna be somebody as, I remember that guy at the interview. I remember him. He stuck with me. And yeah, I try to strive to be extraordinary because extraordinary people live extraordinary lives, and I want my life to be extraordinary.